If I started again today, knowing everything I know now, I'd send 1,000 messages on day one before I built anything else. No website, no logo, no brand colors, no business name picked out, nothing. I'd open my laptop, pick a niche by lunch, write one message, and send it 1,000 times before I went to sleep. Here's the number that broke me. It took me almost 2 years stuck at $2,000 a month. 2 years. That's $24,000 a year while I told myself I was a business owner. I wasn't. I was a freelancer with a team selling websites and SEO. Nobody could measure and nobody actually wanted. And the whole time I was busy doing everything except the one thing that pays. So, in the next few minutes, I'm gonna give you the exact day one checklist I'd run if I lost everything and started over tomorrow. The literal message I'd send word for word. The outreach math that turns 1,000 messages into booked meetings on your calendar with real numbers. And the one rule that stops you from quitting right before it works. Stay till the end because the last part is the thing nobody tells you. It's the reason your website building, logo designing, I'm just setting up my systems version of starting a business is actually fear wearing a productivity costume. Let me show you. Let me paint the picture because I was you. You watched the videos, you bought the domain, you spent a weekend in Canva picking a logo, you set up the email signature, you're researching your niche, you've got a Notion dashboard prettier than your bank account and 17 tabs in it. And you have not talked to a single human being who could actually pay you money. And it feels like work. That's the trap. It feels productive. You go to bed tired. But tired is not the same as paid. I did this for almost 2 years. I had the team. I had the website. I had the whole look of a business. And I was making $2,000 a month, which I'd convert into my home currency and feel rich for about a day, while the US client on the other side treated that same $2,000 like pocket change. That currency trap kept me small for years. I was celebrating numbers the people I wanted as clients wouldn't even notice leaving their account. You're not productive right now. You're hiding, I know. Because I hid for 2 years. Here's the one idea I want tattooed on your brain. You do not deserve inbound yet. Inbound leads, people coming to you, an audience, a brand. That is the reward you earn later for doing the ugly thing first. Beginners get cold outreach, that's the deal. The market does not owe you attention. You are either valuable or you are invisible, and on day one, you are invisible. A website doesn't make you valuable. 1,000 messages landing in front of 1,000 business owners, that makes you valuable. So let's build the day one play. Act 1, the exact checklist. 4 things, and you can finish all 4 before dinner. 1. Pick a niche by lunch. Not the perfect niche, a niche. And pick a boring blue ocean one. Everybody chases roofing, solar, med spa because some guru hyped it. Those are red oceans now. Expensive leads, brutal competition. You're the 10th person in their inbox this week. Go where the money is and the competition isn't. Flooring, fencing, tree service. Blue ocean trades with real money and real urgency. I had a fencing client get 30 yes replies in 2 days because nobody else was in his inbox. I had another guy switch into a niche like this and do $36,000 in 3 weeks. 2. Build a list of 1,000 of them, 1,000 local business owners in that niche, each with a phone number or a DM you can actually reach. Google Maps, Instagram, a scraper, doesn't matter how, 1,000 names. 3. Write one message, one, not a campaign. We'll write it together in Act 2. 4. Send it all 1,000. Not 10 to test, not 50 to see how it feels. You are not collecting data, you are starting a business. Notice what is not on that list. A website, a logo, a business name, an LLC, a brand voice, an offer doc. None of it. Because none of it puts a meeting on your calendar tomorrow. Act 2. The message. This is the asset. It works because it doesn't look like marketing. 5 lines. Here it is. Live for flooring. Hey, first name. I built a system getting another flooring contractor 6 to 9 booked jobs a month. Thought I'd test it for your business too. Can I call you in 10 minutes? Read it again. Lowercase, like you typed it on your phone. Now let me break it down line by line so you can rebuild it for any niche. Line 1, real first name, casual like a human typed it. No, dear business owner. Line 2, value, not services. Notice it says, what I got someone, a result 6 to 9 booked jobs. It does not say, we run Facebook ads. Saying that is like saying, we use a computer, nobody cares. Line 3, the soft pitch. Thought I'd test it for your business too. You're not begging, you're offering to try something. Line 4, a clear, tiny ask. Can I call you in 10 minutes? 10 minutes, not a 30-minute strategy call. Small ask, easy yes, as short, as casual as humanly possible. You swap flooring contractor for fencing for tree service, whatever your niche is. The 12 niche variants of this exact method, same boons every time. And when they reply, you don't fumble. They say, what is this about? You say, I run a small agency that helps flooring guys book 6 to 9 extra jobs a month. No fluff, just booked calls. They say, how much? You say, depends on scope. Happy to explain on a quick 10-minute call. You're always steering to the call. You are not selling in the DM. The message's only job is to buy the call. Act 3, the math, because 1000 is not a random pump-up number. It's arithmetic. Write this down. Cold channels convert at about 2 to 4% reply, around 2% positive. So run 1000 messages. 1000 messages gets you somewhere around 17 to 24 replies. Those turn into roughly 7 to 12 booked meetings in one day. Let me say that slower. One message sent before lunch can book 7 to 12 sales meetings and fill your calendar for the week. And here's the part that scales. Tens of thousands of messages a month is what a $30,000 a month agency is actually built on. Not a clever logo, not a funnel, raw, boring volume. That's $360,000 a year on the back of messages anyone can send, and most people are too scared to. Here's the mindset flip that changes how you keep score, and it's the part that makes you unstoppable. Stop setting money goals. I want 10K a month is useless because you don't control it. Set input goals. Don't wake up and say, I need to make $5,000 this month. Wake up and say, I'm sending 1,000 messages today. That you control completely. Money is the output. Messages are the input. You only get to touch the input, obsess over the input, and the output takes care of itself. Now let me be honest about the price because I'm not gonna sell you a fantasy. My first real attempt at volume, I sent 30,000 cold emails in 1 month. Almost every single one got ignored. And one morning at 4 a.m., I had my first panic attack. Hands shaking, vision actually went black. That's the real story. It is not a clean montage. But notice what was actually broken. It wasn't the volume. It was that I was selling websites and SEO nobody wanted to the wrong people with no offer. When I kept the volume and fixed the offer and the niche, junk removal and local lead gen, that's when I got 7 clients and crossed $10,000 in a single month after years of being stuck. The volume was never the problem. The volume is the thing that finally exposed what was broken so I could fix it. Which brings me to the rule I promised. The one that stops you quitting right before it works. Do not say it doesn't work until you've sent 10,000 outreaches. 10,000, not 100, not a bad week. Not, I tried it for 3 days. Most people send 50 messages, hear crickets, and decide the whole thing is broken. They quit on day 3 of a 6-month game. 10,000 is your floor before you're even allowed an opinion. And somewhere inside those 10,000, you find your niche, you sharpen your offer, you get your first yes, and the math I just gave you starts paying out. You do not have a lead problem. You have a volume problem dressed up as a lead problem. It took me 3 to 4 years to hit $10,000 a month, then $20,000, then an $80,000 best month. Now $50,000 plus a month consistently across 2 agencies, 250 plus clients signed over the years, and 60 plus agency owners I've mentored running the same play. That 5-line message has signed clients for me across every niche I've pointed it at. But none of it started with a website. All of it started with messages. Now, who is this not for? If you want this to feel comfortable, it isn't for you. The first 6 to 12 months are obsession, not balance. You'll lose a few friends. Not because you're toxic, because you're too focused and they won't get it. And if you need the website first because launching without one feels scary, be honest, that's fear, not strategy. You're hiding in setup because setup can't reject you. 1,000 strangers can. That's exactly why it works and exactly why you're avoiding it. The market doesn't care about your colors, it cares whether you can get a flooring guy 6 jobs next month. Prove that first, earn the inbound later. Look, you're not behind because you don't have a brand. You're behind because you haven't sent the messages. The people winning aren't smarter than you, they just outsent you while you are picking fonts. You're a person with a message and a list of people who need help. That's enough to start today. Send the 1,000, earn the right to be seen.